Math is when a guy leaves a Western country because apparently all Western women are gold diggers. But then when he gets to that third world country, the first thing he does is he leads with his wallet.
Black American men who have been creating content about life in Kenya and then encouraging other men to leave the US and come settle down in Kenya for many reasons, including the obvious ones. Weather is great, it's not so expensive compared to the US, people are friendly, but more importantly, they're encouraging men to move to Kenya because of the women. They're calling Africa and especially Kenya the hope for masculinity and a man's paradise. They say that Kenyan women, number one, are very beautiful and attractive, but more than this, they say that women in Kenya are very feminine, soft, and submissive.
The thing is, Kenyan women are so soft and kind and feminine.
They're being treated like kings here without even having to put in so much effort, that they only need to send text messages at the right time. And these women, we women, are melting in their arms.
My experience, they kind of just melt in your arms. They kind of just fall in your arms. I don't really have to do much. I don't have to put in that much effort. The most effort that I have to put in is to send messages accordingly at the correct times of the day and be consistent with messaging. As long as you do that, I don't see how you can not be successful.
Their main challenge is actually having to say no, picking and choosing, because the options of good women are too many. The applications are too many. They cannot believe it because they say women in Kenya exist in their femininity naturally.
I'll be honest with you. The most probably difficult thing you'll probably deal with here when it comes to dating is to not accept everybody that comes their way.
Black American men that have settled in Nairobi or settling in Nairobi, and they're making content around Kenyan women being soft, feminine, sweet, and they are being treated like kings compared to how they are being treated in America. And as a Kenyan woman, I'll be honest, it's the money, bro. It's the dollar that you came with from US that is giving you that level of treatment. Let the dollar run out, Troy. Let the money run out. That's when you will find out that Kenyan women can also be rude and disrespectful. You want to play with Nairobi dating scenes with no finance, Troy? It's not the accent that is sustained that relationship. It's not the bling bling. It's not the dreadlocks. It's not the fact that you're saying you're related to Kanye West. It's not the fact that you're saying you're former producer of Drake. It's not the fact that you're saying that you know Beyonce from the blog. No. It's not the hip hop songs. It's the fact that you came with a dollar sign. Let the money run out. That's when you will find out that in Kenya, money speaks multiple languages. I know they're not telling you the truth. It's not because you have the most charming personality. It's not the fact that you have a nice accent and you have, nice culture. Leroy, is the dollar. When the dollar runs out, that's when you'll find out the truth.
Of course, we selling in Nairobi and we dominating too. See, I don't know what it is, but it seems like people always got something to say about us. We just minding our business. But now you done woke up the beast. Lady, you talking all this mess inside of a $200 apartment. You should be lucky that Passport Bros are here to save your ass. The average Passport Bro that's traveling is making anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 a month. We don't need you. You need us. Let's get this clear. We set the trend. We don't follow the trend. So there's a lot of negativity, brothers. And if these women keep talking negative about us, let's just leave and see them scrape. Most of these women been living in huts anyway. You know what I'm saying? But here's the deal. Bro, our social economic standing is so high, we shouldn't even tolerate this bullshit. People got a lot of stuff to say about Passport Bros, but I'm here to tell y'all, Passport Bros are here to save y'all ass. And if y'all don't know, y'all better understand this. If you don't understand anything else, be careful for what you say to a person that can control your whole economic foundation. Y'all better be careful, because one thing about me, is that I'm the final boss and I don't tolerate. So you women better recognize right now you're dealing with the final boss. Sharper than a razor, baby. Don't play with me. I'm everything your man could want to be. I'm tall, I'm handsome, I'm fit, I'm rich. I got the education, and I'm from America. So level up. You ain't ready.
So apparently one of the low-functioning Passportbros got a hold of my video, and he was feeling salty about it and has been running around the internet addressing me. I wasn't aware. My friend just sent me the video. So because he's American and he's from America, I had to find something American, to wear to address this fool. He said that they have come to dominate Kenya or Africa, I don't know. And my question is, dominate where? Dominate where? With what? An accent and tattoos and some pocket change? You cannot compete where you don't compare. Dominate a country like Kenya that has a rich culture that's admired worldwide. What contribution are you going to add? He said they don't need us. We need them. Yet he's the one who flew 10,000 kilometers from America. America, the so-called America that they are praising, that is the superpower of the world, to come to Kenya to find women. And yet you don't need us? What is this fool saying? You've been in a country, what, couple of months, maybe some years? Do you see any Kenyan men making content about you guys, worried about you guys taking their women? Do you see any Kenyan men bothered by your presence in the country? Because to Kenyan men, you're a non-issue. The way you guys whine in America when a black woman marries or dates a white man. Kenyan men are unbothered. Kenyan men are worried about Nigerians. Those are beasts. Those are movers. Those are people that can shake a Kenyan man. You're like a mosquito that is disturbing the owner of the house when he's trying to sleep. So calm down. Relax. You want to run on the internet, yapping, talking nonsense, calling us monkeys, disrespecting us in our own country. And to any Kenyan woman that is engaging with this fool, I need a picture. When you see this fool somewhere with a woman, I need to see this kind of woman, because it can only be a low-functioning woman that can indulge such a low-functioning man. Because how will you lie down with a man that disrespects your country, disrespects your culture, thinks like he's the best thing to be made ever after pockets on jeans? Yeah, thinks like he's the most handsome man to ever walk God's green earth, and he has come to save us, Black Jesus. And you lie down with him, saying this is the love of your life. Shame on you. You're there yapping, running your mouth and saying, I'm American, So what if you're American? That's why you have to go to Africa, a country where we value people. We value people of color. We are a community. You have a sense of community, and we take care of each other. That's why you went there. And then you want to be talking nonsense. That you, as if you're the new sheriff in town. Now, because you have some pocket change, you want to flex. If you're that rich, why didn't you stay in America and compete with your fellow Americans? In that capitalistic country, why didn't you stay there? You had to go to Africa, a low-income country, for you to flex. It's like a man transitioning to be a woman, to compete in female sports, because you cannot compete with your fellow men. Sit down, relax, calm down. That rage you have from America, relax it. Nobody's against you. We are all black people in Africa. Just enjoy. And this is just particularly to this fool, because I know black Americans who are in Nairobi enjoying, who are dating friends of friends that are enjoying quietly, not disturbing anybody. And then you have fools like this who have gotten a smartphone for the first time. Because in America, you had no smartphone. You had no house, no rice, no nothing. In fact, you are like an insect. Disrespecting African women in their own country. Now I understand why black American women didn't want you guys. You are dead stock, rejects. Do you know how bad you have to be as a man to be rejected by your own women, especially black American? Does this fool know how Kenyan women roll? They might look naive. They might look like they don't know things the way, according to American standards, because Kenyan women are going to humble you. They're going to teach you lessons you've never... It will be like a movie. You will be on 60 Minutes Australia, stating your story and crying like a child. So So relax, go and put on a shirt. Go and put on a shirt and then talk to your elders with respect. Saying I'm making my content from a $200 apartment while you're making your content outside, meaning you're already homeless. Leroy, you're already homeless with no clothes. Aye. Anyway, the Bible says when you argue with a fool, you become a fool. So, let me go and sleep.
I saw a video today on TikTok of this young man, African American, saying how he wants to go to Africa to find a wife. And he said all this after watching Tyler, our beautiful sister from South Africa. And he's like, you know what? That's it. We just need to go to Africa to find wives. Audacity. Anyway, me being African, I was raised in Africa and I was also raised in the United States. So I have experience from both continents, okay? And let me tell you something. If you are an American man who thinks that going outside of the United States is where you will find a good woman, a good wife, because American women ask for too much. The ladies out here, man, they're just materialistic. Let me tell you something. It is worse. It is 1,000 times worse than what you think back home in Africa. At least for the country that I was raised in and the culture that I was raised in. Because here's the thing. African women, African young girls, we are raised to literally know that the man is the provider. In fact, a lot of African women don't even go to work. Their men are the ones who go to work and just bring the money home for the wife to budget. And if you think the women here in America are asking for too much, in fact, go to Africa. No, go get married. Because the way African young girls are raised, we are raised with so much knowledge about family, friendship, how to deal with lives. So when families in Africa see that their daughters have gone through so much learning and they have become knowledgeable of life and marriage and all those things, they know the value of their daughters. And they say, you know what? Any man cannot come and marry our daughter for free. He has to pay a dowry. And that's why majority of African cultures, before a man goes to take the daughter to marry a woman, he has to pay the family a dowry, an appreciation. And dowry can go from money to cows and goats to even building the girl's family a house. Yes, and it's all to show appreciation to the family of the girl that thank you so much for raising such a beautiful and wonderful woman who's gonna be the mother of my kids. So, the system works differently. The United States, after living here for almost 10 years, I've realized that here, men just take for free. And I know this might be triggering and or insulting some people, but it's the truth. Men in the United States are used to taking things for free, especially from women. They expect, well, I'm just gonna go date her, have sex with her here and there and use her, and then we'll just be in a relationship. It does not work like that in Africa. It is worse. You cannot take someone's daughter for free like that. You have to impress her and the family, most importantly. And in some cultures, like my own, if you have not proven yourself as a man that you have the resources to take care of someone's daughter, guess what? Even the family has the right to take you to court, to police, and say, we brought this man, he wants to take our daughter for free. Or if you've already taken the daughter without paying the family a dowry, they can say, he stole our daughter from us without any appreciation. And guess who is gonna win the case? The family of the girl. So to any American man or any man worldwide who wants to marry a woman in Africa, use your common sense. You have to be very, very strong in your masculinity to know that I do not expect my wife to work if she doesn't want to. She can or she cannot. My position as the man in her life will not change whether she works or not. My position is to provide for her. So my brother, you want to go to Africa to find a wife because they're much more nicer, let me tell you, they come with the most costly, how do I say this? And this is not like a selling your daughter type of thing. No, the families are not exchanging their children for money and possessions. No, it's simply the man giving to the girl's family in appreciation of receiving a wife. He who finds a wife finds a what? A good thing. Yes. So if you're an American man, because that's all I've seen, and you're used to taking things for free, don't go to Africa. Don't. You will be hunted down like a criminal for stealing someone's daughter. Nonsense.
Now, 100%. That means if we go on a date, guess who's paying? The man. If we need to do our hair, guess who's paying? The man. Even if that lady is a doctor, that man is still technically responsible for the finances of your home. And let me not even get started when it comes to lobola. Lobola is dowry. You are going to have to pay an amount. It could be 1,000, it could be 2,000, it could be $3,000, euros, whatever currency you use. You are going to have to pay that girl's family just to have the honor of having her be your wife. Some of our fathers are still in lobola debt 20 years after marrying our mothers. So if you really want an African woman, my guy, please change this mentality of 50-50, 50-50. It's not going to work for you.
To all African American men that asked whether or not they can find themselves good wives in Africa, yes, 100% you can find yourselves good wives in Africa. I'm sure you can find yourself a good wife anywhere in the world. But if you are moving to Africa, 100%, I can tell you now that Africa has of the most beautiful women, of the most kindest, understanding women, 100%. But here's a tip, right? When you do come to South Africa or you come to Africa, the 50-50 thing that you guys do that side, leave it there. Leave it there. Please understand that the feminist movement, our ability to participate in it is very limited due to our traditions and our culture, so culture and traditions supersede any participation in any movement, the feminist movement being one of it. So it's probably not a bad idea to leave that 50-50 in the States because you'll also see that there's a video that I did of a gentleman that had asked whether or not Africans like African American men. And if you go to the post, you will read that a lot of women said no due to the fact that they do not want to do 50-50. Now, this does not mean that we do not have good women. It just means that at the end of the day, culture is important, And as women, we do understand that we need to be supportive, understanding, loving, and caring towards our husbands, and we will do that. We also understand that we need to work together towards a common goal, which is to make the marriage work. And we will work, and we will help, and we will support. But the 50-50 thing is not a prerequisite for the relationship. I'm just letting you know. And if there's an African man or a man that tells you that we do 50-50 in Africa, unamanga, they are lying to you. Do not listen to them. I'm telling you now, they are lying to you. And I'm sure there's a lot of women that can back me on this. The 50-50 thing, it's not an African thing. Tradition will always supersede everything else. I'm just letting you all know. I'm just, you guys asked me for advice. I'm giving you advice. This is a tip from me to you so that you can come and you can get yourself good wives. Now, I wouldn't want you to miss out on an opportunity to meet a good wife just because now you have asked her to split the tip or split the bill for a date that you asked her on. Now she needs to pay for her food. No, guys, no. No, no, don't do that. You might just miss out on a really good wife. So don't say that Samantha didn't tell me. I did. I'm telling y'all now. Do not ask an African woman for 50-50. And if any other African man or men have told you that, it's a lie. It's a lie.
African American.
Please go watch the full video of that creator. I watched it with my jaw wide open because I overstand that video, being that I'm also West African first generation. My parents came here in the 80s from West Africa, from Sierra Leone, and I do speak the language, so it was very traditional in my household. And my current husband's from the Caribbean, from Jamaica. And baby, when I said I gave him my hard time, my God, they gave him a hard time being with me because, you know, we were young college students, didn't really have no money. My parents were like, he doesn't have the resources to take care of you. I had to fight tooth and nail to be with my current husband that I am today. My mom, there was this one joke she made, to this day lives in my mind, rent free. But she's chewing her words today because, you know, my husband stepped up. But he used to work at a bakery when we were in college. And my mom said, Nabila, you were the one who is rolling the dough, not making the dough. From that day, I was like, yo. When I say they had to chew them words up, they don't say nothing now. Because he provides and he does everything that he needs to do for me. I do have the option of working or not. Working helps because this economy is incredibly expensive. You know, he's not rich and balling out of control. You know what I mean? Because my parents wanted me to marry wealthy. That's just, you know, that's tradition. You know, my husband didn't have to pay a dowry for me. I was the rebel of the family. Me la rebel, okay? I ran off to go I did everything that was non-traditional, even down to how I got married. I eloped. I'm across the country. What my parents gonna do? I was scared, but everyone knew I was pretty much a renegade and very non-traditional in how I do things. But yeah, what she's saying is incredibly true. You know, I'm thankful for the man that I have today, but just trust me, it was no easy feat. We grew together to the fact that I was just telling him the other day, I was like, Daddy, we've been together 11 years, bro. A bunch of wild and crazy college students. But if you ever ask him, he'll tell you like, yeah, her parents ain't give me not even the slightest grace. They were so difficult. It's now we're at a decent relationship where they're like, okay, he's doing well for himself. He's taking care of our daughter. We're good. We're at peace. But baby, difficult. Sister, not tell one lie at all. Not tell her one lie at all. Wait, come on, that marriage side date. Jesus Christ of all the Nazareth. It's no easy feat. Marry an African woman? Even here in this America. This one, no easy. It's not easy at all. My house, it was so crazy. Like, even in my home, it was like little Africa. I couldn't even speak English at home. Like, I could, obviously, but my mom made sure that we learned the language and instilled the traditions. It was hardcore in my house. But make a long story short, rant done. Please go check that creators video because it could not be more true, more honest. Yeah, that 50-50 thing, that's a very United States thing. Outside, going to Africa, oh, they not going for none of that. No. What did Hall & Oates say? Oh, I can't go for that. No can do.
To find a wife.
Let me tell y'all something. This is so true. Everything that she's saying is accurate. And I would know because my husband is Nigerian, in case you don't know. Hi. But yeah, those African ladies, they don't play no games. You have to go through their families first and get permission from their families to even marry them. And then there's a criteria. Depending on the tribe, some tribes you have to pay. You have to pay to marry the bride. And it ain't cheap. When y'all be thinking, oh, American women is wanting too much, just that and the third, baby, good luck. And not just African cultures, there are other cultures as well that does the same exact thing. You have to pay their families to marry them. So more of the story, y'all men need to get on y'all ish. Y'all need to be natural providers, point blank, period. Okay, thank you.